What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about how the Portland Trail Blazers get closer to 500 again with a 127 to 119 win over the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers go to 15 and 55 and 10 and 25 at home. The Blazers go to 34 and 36 and 16 and 20 on the road. Portland wins the season series 2-0 since they only play the Pacers twice each season, so they'll see each other again next year in this regular season. Portland 37 to 33 in the first quarter. They won the second quarter 42 to 29. They even won the third quarter 26 to 24, but they lost the fourth quarter 33 to 22. The game got cut to 3, and that's something they didn't see coming, something that they didn't want to happen, but they was able to still close out the game and win by 8. And that's all that really matters in this one. Jeremy Grant was one of the reasons why it ended up going a little bit that way. He had 8 points. He was the only starter to not score in double figures in points for the Portland Trail Blazers. He went 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. Missed a lot of shots in this one. Did make some drives, though, and also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and no turnovers. He had 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and was a +8 and plus minus. Of course, they needed the outside shot to work a little bit, and the Pacers did make it hard and a little bit uncomfortable for him to be able to get the shots that he wanted, even going to the basket. Toumani Camara, he ended up scoring some easy baskets all game. That's what he usually does. He went 7 of 11 from the field and 3 of 7 from 3. So that ended up being a good night from him. If you get 15 to 20, you're happy with it. If he gives you a little bit more than that, you're extremely happy. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, and a steal. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and a +9 and a plus minus. Denny Avdia, 32 minutes, 32 points, 9 to 21 from the field, 1 to 6 from 3, 13 to 16 from the free throw line. He was going out there just playing really, really good basketball, and he's just such a good guy for them because he can get his own shot and get shots for others. And he's just so hard to keep off the free throw line. You know he's going to be physical. You know he's going to come right at you. You know he's going to be fearless. And on top of that, he grabbed 11 boards. He still got 5 assists. He had 5 turnovers since he handles the ball a lot. And he's going against so many different defenders. They know what he wants to do. Turnovers can happen because of that. He also had 1 block, 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and was a +10 and plus minus. Donovan Clingan, 25 minutes, 28 points. That was the most on the team. And he doesn't really have the biggest, well, not the most on the team, the second most on the team. He doesn't really have the biggest offensive nights, but he's been getting more confident and he's been getting more willing to score. I felt that way from when he was a rookie. This man is too big, too strong, too mobile to not score the ball more. Even if it's from the perimeter, he's taking wide open looks even then. He went 10 to 19 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and he still was able to grab 13 boards even though he was on the perimeter. He's just that good, and he should be playing like this more. He did have 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. He also had 2 personal fouls and was a +8 and plus minus. Jrue Holiday, 32 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds and 8 assists, and the 8 assists ended up being the most on the team. And you just like the fact that he can get you double figures, play good defense, guard his position, guard multiple positions, and also know how to find his teammates while getting his own. 1 turnover, 2 steals, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and a +11 and plus minus for him. Chris Murray is slowly coming alive. He went 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, 3 offensive rebounds, no personal fouls, and was a -1 and plus minus. Robert Williams III, 21 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field. He had 10 boards. That's a big night from him considering that he only played 21 minutes. He did have 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 blocks. He's been getting that done. Also, basically every game, you have to like the fact that he's trying to play hard, and that's something that he always usually does. And he's making good efforts to be a rim protector. And then he had 2 personal fouls, was a -7 and plus minus. Matisse Thybulle, 14 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. I mean, teams going to let him shoot the 3, even though he's been making them. Got to give up something against the Blazers. 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. He's a solid defender when he's healthy. He also had 1 offensive board, no personal foul, was a +3 and plus minus. And then Scoot Henderson was able to get to the basket. That was working for him tonight. He had 9 points. He went 4 of 8 from the field. He also knocked down a three and finished 1 of 3 from the 3 point line, though. He had 3 rebounds, 5 assists. The 5 assists was the most off the bench. He had 4 turnovers and a block, 4 personal fouls, and a -5 and plus minus. City, 10 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from three, meaning that he missed all his threes, and that was only shots that he missed. He had 1 rebound, 4 assists. That was good because he had no turnovers. He also did have 2 personal fouls and was a +4 and plus minus. Kept finding his teammates open, so let me just move it to them and see if they can knock down the shot. Slauson for the Pacers, 37 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds. He had 4 assists, no turnovers, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 3 personal fouls, and a -4 and plus minus. Just really good defense from him and just good activity. He just knew what to do, knew where to be, and ended up working out for him tonight. Jarris Walker, 33 minutes, 10 points. He went 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from three. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block. So he did a lot of everything in this one. You just wanted him to be a little bit more efficient in the paint. And that's really about it. No personal fouls on the -10 and plus minus. Ivica Zubac, 23 minutes. He ended up having 18 points. He did a good job of just finishing fast around the rim. He gave up some easy ones, missed some, and got contested on some too. Of course, they're going to say if you their only big that they got to worry about in the paint a lot of the times, we're going to make it as hard and as difficult as we can for you to finish, especially because we know that you only want to score in the paint. He went 4 or 5 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 6 offensive rebounds, 1 personal fouls, and was a -9 and plus minus. TJ McConnell, 20 minutes. He had 7 points. He ended up being the only starter to not score in double figures, which I thought that he definitely would, but it didn't happen. He went 3 of 5 from the field and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Another game where he had 10 assists. He has so many guys that can do things fast and quick and can get open too. All he has to do is keep his head up and find them. But he also did a good job only having 2 turnovers. And then he had 1 steal also and 2 personal fouls and was a -17 and plus minus. Aaron Nesmith, 26 minutes, 15 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, 4 personal fouls, and a -16 and plus minus. And then you look at Jay Huff, he hit a stop and pop mid range, was able to get to the basket, was able to get to the free throw line. 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from three, 4 of 8 from the field. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, and a block. 3 personal fouls and was a -8 and plus minus. Kobe Brown, 20 minutes, 8 points. He went 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from three. Just good scoring from him. Just good spots that he was at. He did have 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a +11 and plus minus. Ben Shepherd, he played 19 minutes and had 10 points. He went 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3 point line. The good looks came to him eventually. Then he just had to knock him down after that, and he did have a good one, especially from three. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block. He did have 1 offensive board, which was his only rebound. He had 2 personal fouls and was a -1 and plus minus. Quentin Jackson, 20 minutes, 13 points. That ended up being the most off the bench. He went 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 6 assists. That was the most off the bench, and also had 2 turnovers and 2 steals. He had 2 personal fouls and was a 0 and plus minus. So just double figures is just huge. Especially when you're trying to stay in the game, you're trying to keep it close. You need guys to step up. You need guys to do more things. And I feel like Quentin Jackson was a big reason why the game was close. And they needed him to really have an efficient night also if they was going to have any chance of winning. That's how important their bench was to this game. Cam Jones, 7 minutes. He went 0 of 2 from the field. He missed his only three. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, no turnover, 2 personal fouls. It was a +9 and plus minus. Taylor Perrier, 13 minutes. He had 10 points. He went 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from three. So he had some good looks, and he was able to knock a lot of them down, basically all of them. Only missed 2 shots in the entire game. and he hit some shots that was big in the moments that he was taking them. And he had a nice alley oop dunk too. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a steal, 2 personal fouls, and was a +5 and plus minus. And the Indiana Pacers shot 10 less shots, 91 to the Portland Trailblazers 101. They did shoot 51% though. That kept them in the game. While the Blazers shot 45%, and they also shot 44% from three, but they only took 27 attempts, while the Blazers took 46. That's a big difference. 35% is what the Blazers shot. 17 free throws for the Pacers, 88% for them. 26 for the Blazers, 81% from them. 39 rebounds for the Pacers, 52 for the Blazers. Both teams had 32 assists, 11 turnovers for the Pacers, 13 for the Blazers, 9 steals for the Pacers, 5 for the Blazers. Both teams had 7 blocks, 10 offensive rebounds for the Pacers, 22 for the Blazers, 29 defensive rebounds for the Pacers, 30 for the Blazers, and then 24 personal fouls for the Pacers, 16 for the Blazers. And the Blazers got a tough game, got to a point where they could have lost it. You know, the Pacers kept coming, and they weren't letting them off the hook until they can possibly stump on their feet and say, I'm watching you. I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm seeing what you're trying to do. I'm seeing that you on our spot. I'm seeing that you want to get this win. We was winning. We was beating y'all all game, and then y'all wanted to put some pressure on us, and we got it done. That's what the Blazers had to do. It didn't come easy, and sometimes they never do. But this was a win they had to earn, and they had to put their foot down and say, we getting this one. We going back to what we have to do to get it done. And you gotta give credit to the Pacers, man. They have got so many games that was close because they know how to play, they know how to move, they know how to cut, they know how to get open, and they also can get their own shots from time to time. And if they don't, they're always kicking it. So somebody's always getting a good look. Somebody's always getting a good opportunity. It's just will they be able to put them in the basket, and that's been their problem. Has been their defense. They try. They play as hard as what they got. It's just teams just know how to get better looks and get better shots throughout the whole 48 minutes than they do. So they always either losing badly or coming up short. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how the season has went for them. But they have been respectable a lot of the times, and that's something that you would say. Get Tyrese back, get some other guys healthy, and get some other guys in free agency and see if you can try to make another run at it next year. It wasn't even easy with Tyrese, but they started to figure things out at the right time, and they almost had a chance to win the title. So they have a lot of that same team on this one, but it is going to need some changes and some other adaptations for them to get to where they want to get to when it comes to next year. So we'll see how they season go next year. This one is finito. We might as well just wrap this season up for them because they lost too many games. They're the worst team in the league, and you wouldn't even believe it if you watched their games. That's how good and how hard they play every single night, and it just hasn't been allowing them to win games by the end of the game. So comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today with more analysis.